to move quickly and avoid detection beat high in Yael's throat as she tore past the rows of posters, turning a corner onto a sequestered side street, and came face to face with a patrol. It was a standard unit. 2 young men with Mauser KAR 98Ks strapped to their shoulders. The soldiers were leaning against a wall, trading a single black market cigarette between them. Illegal smoke curled from their lips like dozens of phantom tongues, white, not black like the billows of Yael's childhood. The ones that poured day and night out of tall smokestacks. When Yael was very little, she thought a monster lived inside those sooty brick walls. She knew the truth now, saw the photos and endless lists of the dead. Rows and rows of numbers like the ones her wolves hid. There was a monster, but it didn't live inside the death camp's crematorium. Its den was much finer, a chancellery full of stolen art and doors with iron locks. This smoke, the white smoke, vanished quickly when the soldiers caught sight of her. The first tossed the cigarette down, crushing it under his heel. The second called to her in a rough voice, "You there, Fräulein!" There was no turning back now. Walk straight, show no fear, no fear. When Yael reached the pair, she offered a mandatory, unflinching salute. Heil Hitler! Both soldiers mumbled it back. The first pulverized the tobacco further into the cracked sidewalk with his heel. The second held out his hand. It took Yael an extra beat of a moment to realize what he was asking for. She'd been through this dance with patrols before, more than she'd ever admit to Henrika and Reiniger, but the sight of smoke, plus hours in the artist's back closet, had rattled her. Sessions under the needle always left Yael feeling raw. It wasn't the ink and pain so much as the needle itself, the memories of needles, what they could do, what they did. Even at their most basic function, needles do 2 things. They give and they take away. The tattoo artist's needles took white skin and numbers, gave her wolves. Dr. Gaia's needles had taken so much more, but what they gave. Yael had many faces, many names, many sets of papers, because the chemicals the angel of death had crammed into Yael's veins had changed her. "Papers!" the second soldier demanded. Yael knew better than to argue. Her fingers fluttered to the pocket of her leather jacket, pulled out the tattered booklet that belonged to today's face. "Mina Jager," the soldier read aloud, looking from picture to face to picture again. He flipped to the next yellowed page, taking in Mina's unremarkable history. Germania born, blonde, member of the Hitler Youth. The rough biography of every adolescent within a 16-kilometer radius. "What are you doing out so late, Fräulein Jager?" the first soldier asked, while the other read. The real answer? "Getting a black market tattoo to hide my Jewish numbers before I go on a top-secret mission for the resistance to bring an end to the New Order." A truth so absurd, the soldiers might even laugh it off if Yael voiced it. A small, contrary sliver of her wanted to try, but she settled with the best answer, the boring one. "I was hoping to reach the grocery before it closed. My mother ran out of eggs and sent me to fetch more." "Eggs?" The first soldier frowned and nodded at her arm. "What's that?" Yael followed his gaze to the cuff of her left sleeve. Her gauze wrapping had been too hasty. Its netted white tail peeked out from under the leather. "A bandage," she told him. He leaned in, closer, curious. His breath was stale with smoke. "Let's have a look." Flash, thud verdammt, went Yael's heart. Yael could manipulate her appearance the way other people might change clothes. These skin shifts could modify many things, her height, weight, coloring, the length of her hair, the sound of her voice, but some things could not be altered. Gender,